Hello everybody, and welcome back to another World of Tanks video. Today we are taking a look at myself in the Luchs, the tier 4 German scout tank. And I'm in a tier 7 match on Karelia, and it's an assault. We have to attack, and yeah, I'm pretty much as bottom tier as the Luchs matchmaking can get, but to be fair, there's only a few tier 7s on each team. One more tier 7 on their team than on our team, so I guess that's fair. And we also get one extra artillery, so yeah, we're going to have to see how this works out for us. Now initially I'm going to try to make my way towards D4. But before I do so, I'm first going to wait a little bit, because I noticed there are two scout tanks on the enemy team. That would be the Stuart and the Panzer 38 NA. And there they are. Or at least the first one. Move back a little bit. And I donk the rest of my shots. Turret rotation on the Luchs is a little bit meh, if I'm being honest. But the Stuart makes his way up a bit too far, and he gets annihilated for it. So, that's the Stuart. Now let's see if we can spot the Panzer 38. Again, I have to be careful here, because if I do get spotted when I get into that position, there's probably a whole lot of tanks on the enemy team, or there are a whole lot of tanks on the enemy team who can just one-shot me. And I'm definitely not very excited about that prospect. If the IS, either of the ISs, the KV2, the OI, D30 or the SU-100Y, or the artillery takes a shot at me, and then kaboom. And yeah, that Skoda that just got destroyed. That was a full turret rotation in drive OI shot from halfway across the map. So the OI is thoroughly enjoying himself in chat there, and I can definitely understand that feeling. Being a KV2 driver is very nice when these kind of impossible shots actually go away with them. There's the KV2, and I'm noticing that tree fall. So I'm playing a bit carefully here. I didn't notice it at the time, but I don't actually have 6th sense on this tank, but that KV2 probably didn't spot me. The reason he didn't spot me is because he has his ass pointed towards me. So yeah. He actually pulls back a little bit. Maybe he has 6th sense and is trying to figure out what's spotting him. To be fair, the Luchs on our team, the other Luchs, is also in a position to spot him, so maybe he thinks he's in range. For now I can't really do much. I have to wait a little bit until the game progresses. I'm too small of a tank to make plays now. I have to wait just a little bit. I do scout the KV2 again, and I see the T-3485. Now for some reason the T-3485 decides not to shoot at me and just casually drives on by. But yeah, if I were the T-3485 I would have probably tried to come down and kill me. But as it is, that's actually the right decision, because the IS on my team actually decided to make its way over here. Which is, well, that's fine, but unexpected, let's call it that. Anyway, I was able to put in a few meaty shells there in T-3485. Now I spot the GW Panther. First 3 shots go where I aim him and do a nice bit of damage. Unfortunately after that not so much. Dodge a little artillery and try to figure out what I need to do. Decide that the game has progressed quite a bit and go for the KV2 now. If I can get his rear, I can do a fair bit of damage. And you can see he's actually pointing in the other direction, so I'm expecting to find his rear here, but lo and behold he was actually showing his ass to the IS. So I fire all my shells into his lower plate, only pen 5, half, which is okay I guess. And yeah, fall back. Notice the heavy tank number 6, definitely don't want to get shot by him either. So I get behind this little rock and wait for a nice opportunity to take a shot at something. KV2 is dead, I'm happy about this. Probably means I will not get spotted anymore. That is, unless that SU-100Y decides to turn around. And he actually is. So I'm trying to fall back here as quickly as I can. Drive into the rock. But luckily the SU didn't have a shot anymore. Now I'm trying to figure out what to do next. Now I think I can get to this heavy tank number 6 before the SU, or in a way that the SU-100Y doesn't get any shots. But I have to be careful. You can definitely see me. Can I get shot there? Can I get shot there? Decide to take a quick peek over to this heavy tank number 6. Take a few shots and get away. Unfortunately his tank is angled in such a way that I don't pen any of my shots there. The OI is currently preoccupied with other things, and the SU-100Y has been engaged by one of our mediums. When I notice this, I immediately head back to try and help him. Doesn't really look like he's got things under control, and the SU-100Y is able to finish him off, which is unfortunate of course. And unfortunately our team is melting. They actually have 4 dedicated tanks left, we only have 2. One of them is a Hellcat, a tier 5, who's pretty much in the worst matchmaking he could get in. And yeah, one is me, which is also in quite terrible matchmaking. And on the enemy team there's a tier 7, 2 tier 6s, 3 tier 6s actually, and then of course the artillery. So I'm not very happy about this. Also this SU-100Y could easily one-shot me if he wants to, but I decide to play a little trick on him. I pretend to go the other way, so when he eventually shows himself again, or when I eventually show myself again, he's pointing his gun the other way. So I get away with this, and I start arty hunting. This is the beloved hiding hole of all the artillery in this map, so I'm hoping to find him here. But if he was smart, he would have probably progressed behind his heavy tanks all the way along the A-line. But apparently he didn't. And now comes the duel. I don't think he can one-shot me, but it doesn't matter. He turns his tracks in the hope to get me in his sights, but I quickly dodge the other direction, and yeah, he's pretty much doomed at this point. He doesn't have track rotation, or he can't turn the tracks quickly enough to deal with me, so I can just casually wait and just blast my clip into his behind. Always nice. Hellcat is starting to take shots at the OI. Going to make my way to there as quickly as I can. I know I can pen the side of the OI, so if I'm fast I should be able to do some damage and also help out the team of course. The IS hasn't been spotted for some time. Not really sure where he is. Artillery takes a pot shot at the OI. Look around the corner. I see him, and by some miracle I set him on fire. He does extinguish the fire, but let's just say I've got his attention. Then he gets shot by artillery. Very nice of course, because that was my spotting damage. And yeah, I wait a little bit. I want to find out if I can bait this OI into some shots. The IS gets spotted on top of the hill. Artillery is pretty much doomed at this point. And I once again fake down below. The reason I do this is because I want this gun not to be pointed at the Hellcat. I want this gun to be pointed at me. That way the Hellcat can do damage. But now he decides to aim for the Hellcat, and I can stroll around and take my shots. Side armor of the OI, I can deal with that. IS is on the other side of the map. Can't really do much about it, the range of this autocannon is not great. So it's a matter of getting back to there. Luckily I'm a very fast tank. 60 km per hour easily. Unfortunately the swamp does slow me down a little bit. Also sneaky rocks slow you down ever so slightly. Decide to load an APCR shell just when the IS gets hit by another artillery shell. I don't want to miss my shots. The only way we lose this now if I bounce my shots and the Hellcat dies. It's not very likely, but I figure what the hell. It is a top tier heavy after all. Hellcat makes his way around, IS points his turret the other way, and I can just take my shot. So, let's take a look at the post-game stats, shall we? As you can see, this was my Ace Tanker in the Luchs. Got a spotting ribbon, and I also got the Luchs medal. I'm not entirely certain where you get the Luchs medal for. Award for destroying 3 or more enemy tanks or tank destroyers with a light tank. Target must be at least 2 tier higher. Okay, yes, of course. I did take out the SU-100Y, which is actually 3 tiers higher as me. And also the IS, which is also 3 tiers higher higher as me. Then I have the OI, of course, which was also 2 tiers higher, so I definitely got that that mission done. In the team score we can see I actually came 4th on damage done, but I definitely came 1st on experience earned, which is, yeah, I got a whole host of medals, of course. But when we take a look at the post-game, or the details report, I should say, you can see I fired 114 shots, of which 79 hit and 38 penetrated. Now this is for Luchs standards not too bad, especially considering this was a tier 7 match. Was able to do 1231 damage. This is a lot for the Luchs. Definitely when it's top tier, and I was also able to do 1000 spotting damage, which is of course also very nice. I traveled a grand total of 4 kilometers. Again, this is a fast tank, so yeah, it makes sense. Received 1386 base experience, but was my double of the day, so I got a very hefty amount of experience indeed towards training my crew. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It was a lot of fun playing this match, and I always enjoy watching light tanks go ham, so to say. If you did like this video, please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next one.